So in Kansas, we have a new mailer out intended to scare the hell out of voters so they'll vote Republican. It's brought to you on behalf of Republican State Representative Joseph Scapa. Okay, so let's show you what the flyer looks like. Ooh, that looks scary. And I'm going to show you the different things that it says, but you've got a guy who is some sort of militant, he's got a rifle. Now, if he had a rifle and take away the headscarf, and instead of being brown, he's white and give him a beard, well, that's a good American patriot from Kansas. But you put the headscarf in and he's brown. Oh my God! Oh no, ISIS is coming! Pussies. Okay, anyway. They say in the flyer, the first step to keeping Kansas safe is to recognize who the enemy is. Really? The enemy's in Kansas. They've reached Kansas. I didn't know that they'd gone through Illinois and Pennsylvania and all those places. Or did they come from the other side? Or maybe they came from up top. Ooh, Michigan, are you okay? Some would argue. We know it. It starts in Michigan. Okay, anyway. They say, let's keep the terrorists out of Kansas. Which terrorists? Well, the funny thing is, there actually were terrorists in Kansas. They just got caught. 3 white right-wingers. Let me tell you what they did. The mailer is being distributed, as Think Progress explains, weeks after 3 white men were arrested in Garden City, Kansas, and charged for allegedly plotting to bomb an apartment complex where many Somali immigrants live and worship. The criminal complaint, citing a confidential source, details how the heavily armed men referred to Somalis as, quote, cockroaches, and women dressed in traditional garb as, quote, fucking raghead bitches. So at first they thought they were going to shoot them all and murder them all, and they talked in the correspondence about shoot the women and children. You need to kill all the cockroaches. Then they decided, no, let's plant bombs all around the building that the Somalis live in and kill them all. If that's not a terrorist, I don't know what is. And so you're right. Funny enough, it turns out there are terrorists in Kansas. You're just looking in the wrong direction. Okay. If your flyer looked like this, it would be far more accurate, because those are the 3 terrorists from Kansas who were just caught. Well, it's interesting. They don't have any headdress on, though. That's weird. And they don't look that brown. Well, that's not going to help in scaring people. Patrick Stein, one of the 3 guys who's featured there, said the only good Muslim is a dead Muslim. Terrorism 101. Okay, so why'd they do it? I mean, the irony is record-breaking, right? Well, Clay Barker, Kansas Republican Party Executive Director, explains, we did polling and focus groups, and the one issue that got overwhelming positive response and was associated with Republicans was safety. You know why? Because conservatives' #1 trait is fear. They're so afraid. I feel so bad for them. I'm afraid of change. I don't want any change. I'm a conservative. Keep things as they are. Keep them as they are. Please, whatever you do, don't change anything. Black people! Ah! Women! Gays, oh my God. What if the gays come here? And I'm kind of tempted. Ah! Muslims, through the roof. There's barely any Muslims in Kansas, but it doesn't matter. I got to be afraid because I'm a Republican. All right, Clay Barker continues, is it all kind of added up to a security issue, the whole feeling that there's violence out there, and it's a positive issue for Republicans. So there's 2 parts of that quote that I love. The whole feeling that there's violence. Now, there isn't actually violence for Muslims in Kansas. If there were, they'd go through the roof. They'd do nonstop ads about it, right? But it's a mirage. It doesn't exist. The only violence was from right-wing terrorists. So they're like, and by the way, not just these guys. Remember the right-wing terrorists who went to shoot up a Jewish community center. So in Kansas, there's plenty of terrorists. None of them are brown, though. That's the inconvenient part. But they're like, but it plays really well for Republicans. So we decided to take political advantage, even though it isn't fucking true. Republican 101. Be scared, be really scared. But not of us, the other guys. Okay, now, you want to know the reality? In fact, in the United States, a person is 7 times more likely to be killed by a right-wing extremist than they are to be killed by a Muslim terrorist. That's according to a study published recently in the New York Times. Is there 7 times as much media coverage of right-wing terrorists in America? Do they even call them right-wing terrorists? Just call them by their name. If you just call them by their name, it would magically go away. That's what I hear about Muslim terrorism. So call it what it is, right-wing terrorism. 7 times as much. Do you hear it 7 times as much in the press? Okay, but it gets better than that, Because when you look at the real threats, it becomes absurd. So there's a scientific term for what Republicans are doing. They teach you to be afraid, and they do it over and over again with the great help of the media. It's called instructional fear acquisition. They instruct you to acquire fear. It's amazing. So now the real facts. A chance of getting killed by a terrorist in America is actually 1 in 9.3 million. Not very likely at all. To give you a sense of context of how unlikely it is, the chance of being killed by an asteroid is 1 in 500,000. That is 1,860% more likely than getting killed by terrorists. You understand that? Let's pause here for a second. You're about 2,000% more likely to get killed by a fucking asteroid than a terrorist. But they've got you thinking that there's terrorists around every corner. Oh, the terror, the terror, the terror. Meanwhile, look up. An asteroid's more likely to kill you. Okay, and then how about lightning? This is fun. 1 in 84,000 get killed by lightning. That's 11,000% more likely than terrorism. How about a gun? That's the real threat in America. When we say it, and we've got the facts to back it up, you're 1 in 325 get killed by guns in America. That is 2.8 million% more likely to kill you than terrorists. Now let's pause there again. Is it covered 2.8 million% more? Do they tell you, no, if you're going to be afraid, and conservatives, I know you love wetting your pants in fear, okay? You know what you should really be afraid of? The fucking guns, idiots. The fucking guns. 2.8 million% more likely to be killed by a gun than by a terrorist. No, but the guns are good. I know what I'm doing with the guns. Oh, terrorist, terrorist. Okay, loser, total coward, and totally wrong. Am I being clear enough? Last one. Chance of being killed in a fall, not in autumn, but by falling down, 1 in 250. That's actually even more likely than guns, to be fair. That is 3.7 million% more likely to kill you than terrorism. So, if the media did its job right in this country, we would have nonstop reports about ladders. There's like another tragic ladder accident today. What are we going to do about the ladders? Republicans have flyers all over election season about ladders and chutes. The things we got to watch out for are ladders and chutes. Now, if you actually cared about what actually kills you, you'd be careful when you're climbing something, and you'd be very careful around guns. But you wouldn't be that panicked about terrorism, because it is very, very, very rare. Isn't it funny what they choose to emphasize despite the facts? Podcast the whole 2-hour Young Turks every single day, commercial-free, All-Star Tuesdays, aggressive progressives, old school, post games, TYT classics. You get it all with membership. Do it now, tytnetwork.com/join.